At the rapture, the second coming, Christians will meet the Lord in the air. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verses 16 to 17. Christ ascends to earth to the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem. Zechariah chapter 14 verses 2 to 4. Christ himself comes and takes believers out of the world. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verses 16 to 17. Christ sent his angels to gather wicked people to judgment. Matthew chapter 13 verse 41. Matthew chapter 24 verses 38 to 39. Believers are taken on the earth while unbelievers are left. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 17. Believers are left on the earth while unbelievers are taken. Matthew chapter 13 verses 41 to 42. Matthew chapter 13 verses 49 to 50. Believers are left to go into the millennium kingdom. Jesus come to rescue Christians before the hour of trial, the tribulation, and a wrath to come. Revelation chapter 3 verse 10. 1 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 10. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 9. Jesus comes after the tribulation to inflict final punishment, conquer his enemies, and to begin to rule the world from Jerusalem. Matthew chapter 24 verses 29 to 30. Daniel chapter 9 verses 26 to 27. There are no sign given to which might take place before the rapture can occur. Rather, what we have is imminency. It could happen at any moment. 1 Thessalonians chapter 1 verses 9 to 10. James chapter 5 verse 9. Revelation chapter 3 verse 11. Philippians 3:20. Detailed signs are given that must take place before Christ will come to earth. Luke chapter 21 verses 1 to 16. There is no mention made of God's judgment or trial taking place, only promises connected with looking for his return. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verses 16 to 17. Revelation chapter 3 verse 10. Tribulation and judgment do take place. Zechariah chapter 14 verses 2 to 4. Matthew chapter 25 verses 31 to 32, 46. A resurrection of the dead in Christ takes place during the descent of Christ. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verses 16 to 18. A resurrection of the righteous dead who died during the tribulation takes place only after Christ has descended to earth. Notice the order of events. Revelation chapter 19 verse 11 through 21 and Revelation chapter 21 through 5. The descent of Christ. 2. Christ slays his enemies. 3. The Antichrist, the beast, and the false prophet are cast into the lake of fire. 4. Satan is then bound and thrown into the pit. 5. And finally, after all of these events, there is a resurrection of the saints and those who had not worshipped the beast or his image, and had not received the mark upon their forehead and upon their hand, and they came to life and reigned with Christ for 1,000 years. Believers are given glorified bodies. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verses 51 to 53. Luke chapter 20 verse 36. Believers who are alive who makes it through the tribulation will enter the millennium kingdom and marry and bear children. Isaiah chapter 65 verses 22 to 25. Welcome to our channel. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and activate the bell. YouTube, Pastor Miguel Rosa Jr. Facebook, Pastor Miguel Rosa Jr. Thank you for watching.